Hey everyone, in this video I am going to share my experience working with Christopher Casey from Bongo Packaging, and I believe he also owns Packaging Naturally. I'm going to talk about how he took our order, insisted on 100% payment, accept our money, and then was 3 months late with the order and counting, and is now refusing to give us money back. And I'm taking him to small claims court now, but the purpose of this video is really to just warn others. This whole situation caused me a lot of emotional stress and mostly just time wasted chasing Chris, doing the small claims process. So really just want to help others avoid running into the same thing. Um, Also, I want to mention I'm going to try and be as unbiased as possible in this video. I just want to be fully transparent, show everyone all the communication that happened, and let you, draw your own conclusions. So I'm going to start with August 12th, the date of our invoice. Do want to mention I did work with Chris for 6 months prior to that, which was, went fine. He was really helpful in getting us our samples. We got them 2 months later than we were supposed to, but at least we did. So, you know, seemed fine, but really just all kind of started to go south at this time in August. So here we go. I'm going to open the invoice. So main things I want to highlight here is August 12th invoice. We're supposed to get 1,000 of these paper tubes that were 5 inches, had a diameter 5 inches, and specifically we have this order ready no later than end of September. So the first invoice we actually didn't have that, and I spoke with Chris, explained, hey, we really need this order by the end of September. We're planning to start a business. We need these tubes, to even sell our product. He understood, agreed to put it on the invoice. And also the reason for I asked for that is because Chris insisted on 100% payment of the invoice, which I thought was strange. And most people would take 50% to start with. But I said, if you want 100% of the money, you can have it. But at least let's get it in writing that I need this by the end of September. So it was extremely clear. I'm also going to show you on the WhatsApp that on our WhatsApp conversation, that conversation. So that was it. And this email thread, so that's me sending like the 100% payment that day. It's all great. We exchanged some, additional details about like the moisture resistance and stuff like that. All good stuff. We're all friendly. And you can see here, there's like a 2.5 month gap between these emails. We were just communicating over WhatsApp. So let's jump to that. All right, so here on the WhatsApp chat, we're going to start with August 12th, which is the day of the invoice. We pretty much just, I asked him about the 100% full payment, say usually it's 50-50. He says custom orders are always like this. So I say, okay, fine, as long as we add the target date to the invoice. And you can see here, it's going to be no later than September. It'll be delivered. So we added that. Now going through, this is a good thing to call out here. So 5 weeks since that, so this takes us all the way up to September 22nd, which is like a week before was the delivery date. Haven't heard a single thing, no email, phone call, anything. So I follow up. I say, hi Chris, hope you're well. Any updates on the order? He sends me back some pics. Says he has the point of waiting for machinery and stuff. So pretty optimistic. I'm not too. I was kind of used to before just getting delays on things, so I'm not too, I'm strong. Like as long as I get this by October, I still feel like it's workable. Um, Anyways, going through the rest of this thread, I'm not going to read through everything just because it gets pretty mundane. It's pretty much a lot of like, here's another gap, takes us up to October 14th. Haven't heard anything from Chris after like the due date kind of passes. Hi Chris, any updates? Says he'll, parts for the machine will be here today, and then pretty much a lot of me, following up, asking him, saying like, yeah, next week, this weekend, all that stuff. Keeps going, all the way up until November 4th, where I say, hey, these delays are killing us. We really need September. May have to start looking for other options for packaging. He asked if we want to cancel, which is, fair question. At that point, I said, no, let's just still honor our agreement. Then I asked him if, confirmed he still was intending to fulfill it. And he says, Andrew, we are working to having half this order done by the end of next week. And this is, November 18th. So I say, please send me samples as soon as it makes sense to. And then I did not hear from him at all until December 21st, where I emailed him the cancellation. So let's jump back to the email thread. All right, so back in the email thread, going to continue off December 21st, which is a little over a month since the last WhatsApp message. I just write back, I'd like to cancel this order. It's been 3 months, would like to move forward with other options. Didn't hear back that day. That was in the morning. Next day, I, asked how can I proceed with my refund. And then here, just like 2 weeks, hear absolutely nothing back. It's over the holidays, so I guess I just give them time. I didn't want to bother them over that time. And then come back January 3rd, can you please get back to me on this? Chris gets back saying, he's away this week. I'll sort it out later. So it's like, okay, waiting, still nothing. And then I go, hi, Chris, following up. Let's get this resolved. So January 10th, then nothing. And then at this point, like for context, this is this now 3.5 month delay has caused our business. There's just a lot of pain, right? We were planning for this and really, really banking on these tubes being ready. And not to mention we experienced 2 months of delays with Chris before that. So this is just lots of pent up frustration. But and at this point I don't know what to do. But anyways, I write back saying, don't want it to come to this, but we don't hear from you. We got to file a claim against you, and and I'm going to share my experiences on the internet, like I'm doing right now. And then Chris comes back and says, Andrew, if you see that as a good idea, please do so. So essentially, instead of, yeah, sorry, here's your money back. Sorry for the delays, like you'd expect from good customer service, just comes back saying pretty much, if you want to sue me, go for it, right? So this next email I'm not proud of. Just temper. This is like months of frustration. I come back. I regret writing some of this stuff. I definitely shouldn't use swear words, but it is what it is. I'm showing it just because I want to be fully transparent. I don't want to be hiding things I wrote. This is what I wrote. You can read it. Again, just kind of like almost like road rage, but through email. Never written something like this, but I've never experienced something like this with Chris. But anyways, he gets back some things. He's like, Andrew, I was perfectly absolutely clear. Did tooling for the 5-inch ID, explaining that it was something that took time. It's not true. We agreed at the end of September. Very clear on this. I would have not agreed to anything past that. I mean, I showed you all the evidence of that, and it's irrelevant even because I canceled the contract. But and your artwork needed revisions. We patiently worked with Helen. It's like that happened before we even did this invoice back in like March or April, so totally irrelevant. I write back saying that, and some other responses to his questions. And one thing too to call out, he said, I will ask my lawyer to prepare a release that you and Helen need to sign before the refund is calculated, which seems super promising. Found out what that was from a lawyer after, but yeah, never heard back on that. So let me jump to next, which is like the resolution email, which I wrote him a few days later, and basically just said, I've sought legal advice and and spelled out exactly what I'm asking for, my money back. I gave 2 weeks by 4 p.m. EST, or I would take him to small claims court. Pretty standard and pretty interesting what he came back to. So just pretty much FYI, shared his general terms and conditions, which I've never seen before. But I think they were attached to when we initially did the quoting process, they were just attached in the email. And look at some of these things. It's like, actually, what's the one? Okay, so here, in no event shall Bongo be liable for any consequential damages to suffering by client. Okay, and then this is a more interesting one where the parties irrevocably adjourn to the laws of Province Ontario, and any dispute arising between them shall be settled by arbitration to be held in Toronto, Ontario. So essentially saying that no matter what happens, I cannot pay your money. I can, not deliver your order ever or whatever. You can never take me to court on it. We have to do like arbitration in Toronto, which is pretty interesting. What type of, you can ask yourself what kind of company would need to put this in their general terms and conditions. Seems like this, may not be the first time, but I'll let you guys speculate. But yeah, essentially saying he's absolved from, any, I guess, blame and I can't take him to court. So we will, you know, see what the courts say about that. I forwarded this over to kind of the lawyer who's been helping me and my friend who's been advising me, but it came back with, we'll see what holds up. You want to go that route and hope to hear from you soon. Being optimistic that he would just pay me back my money. Never did. Now we're at February 2nd. This is January 19th. I never heard back anything. Filing small claims docs now, which has taken a bunch of time. But so hopefully this serves as a warning for some people out there. I tried to be as transparent as possible. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll try and keep you updated with what happens in small claims court. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for following along.